Thank you for coming on into the live and sharing your essence with me in this eternal moment of which we all share an inextricable and inexorable part. Thank you for doing your part, for coming on in each and every day, and we'll do the same without wasting a single second of your time. Bada bing, bada boom, we go into the charts. BTC got a little bit of a bounce off the bottom there that we were talking about, and we laid it out for you how the baselines cross up and that continuation sauce to come up to this level. Let's go ahead and outline where we were looking from yesterday. So we were talking about, we saw the baseline cross up here, and we said there'd be some sort of flip of the cloud here at that level on the 15-minute, and it looks like we reclaimed the 5-minute cloud here, and we were basically hanging out around there. And if you watch this cascade to the 15, here's where it gets interesting. We came back above that 15-minute cloud, boom, and then we were up. So this is how we do it every single day using Momentum Master and more. But let's go ahead and look at the liquidity. That's what we were also seeing as a sign to the upside. So let's go ahead and close that and get this open. Here we go. So what is high block capital? High block is when people lock their liquidity into the charts to get burnt to a crisp by the market maker for not using a stop loss. And we get to see what those crispy characters are. So let's do it now. I'm streaming a little bit earlier today. I have to take my son in soon, so this is going to be a quick update, not as in-depth as usual. Sorry about that. So yeah, we could basically be coming up to that level from here. We did the liquidity grab. We took out some of the shorts, or sorry, the longs, and now we are going for the shorts. We took out both of these pools, these $373 million shorts that opened up as we dropped into support, and we could be coming for the gold all the way up at 44K and beyond. The short imbalance is $2 billion and coming up to clear the 25xers up here at 44,650 would make sense. If we expand our vision to the higher time frame pools, we could see while there is some still down below at 42K, the overall narrative on the monthly that we're talking about could be the one that is bringing the draw on liquidity right now. So we could be coming up to that 45.5 region for those double-digit pools, at least tapping into that, putting in a higher high towards the end of the year. We left our runner as is. It's still doing its thing, but it's looking to stop us out. But we already took our major 75% gains on that drop, so we are chilling in the clear. Should have closed it at that cloud flip and possibly gone long, but I was spending Christmas with my family. So yeah, do we actually go up to that 45K level, or do we come back down? There is no liquidity to have us come lower. Oh, I forgot to say
fatality
for those shorts up here. So does it come up and clear the range? Looks like it's slated to do so. If we go to total, also making that move possibly to the higher highs. Total 3 made it above this 706 level, came up into this 5 billion range again. And yeah, let's go ahead and throw on the Momentum Master because we don't have time to waste. So the link is in the description for more. MomentumMaster.info, and you can scroll down to the features, read everything at your leisure. Turn on the components like Trend Cloud, Baseline, Stochastic Array, and more dynamic alerts to your phone. So as we're coming up above this 500 billion resistance level, the next stop is a $40 billion injection up into these, abating halfway possibly at 520 billion. And these are some daily time frame resistance levels, but coming back into some of this vector drop that we had from May during the Luna liquidation event staged by Gemini and BlackRock as they liquidated Luna and attacked the stable coin environment alongside FTX. All right, so the Bitcoin dominance coming below this 706 level now. We got a rejection off that, coming lower to the 786, down to the weighted moving average here. Dominance getting lower, allowing the alts to do some ball. We were talking about this possibility of coming lower for a double bottom idea, for coming lower to that 706 range on the USDT dominance. This would coincide with that 45.5 hit. So does Bitcoin come up to this higher high pool? Looks like the narrative could be slated to do so. We're going to go ahead and delete what we put out yesterday while we were sniffing that idea of a bottom here and see what's going on from here. So it looks like it is setting up for a stab at the shorts, perhaps during the Asian session. We will take a look. We hit that cloud on the 12-hour and bounced off it for that last hoorah idea that we were talking about. So possibly coming up into this level, 6-hour cloud also holding and bouncing up into this idea here. On a local level, we were bouncing off that 236, a shallow retrace. I was looking for a little bit more of a deeper retrace, to be honest with you. That's why I didn't enter, but it held this shallow level at the 236 and just bounced out. So it was ultra bullish and reclaiming this cloud. We reclaimed it on the hourly, and it looks like we are heading higher on BTC. Cloud on the hourly now abating this bearish path and starting to curve in this manner here. If you go to the 4-hour here, we can go see that the 4-hour cloud is starting to get reclaimed in an hour's time. How does the daily candle close? So we could see this basically reclaim the level here and go higher. The liquidity on the monthly and the 1 minute suggests that you could come to that 44.6 level. 44.6 would put you up in this one region, hitting this wick over here, reclaiming the highs and putting in possibly a higher high is something we are looking at intently. Let's go ahead and look at Matic for my man Steven, and then we will bid you adieu because I have to take my son to school soon. So it looks like it's slated on the path to that higher high idea, reclaiming some of these levels here. This is a 618 idea of a possible rejection from the impulse to the downside, so coming up into these fair value gaps on that 6-hour time frame, possibly for total market cap. Coming to the Dixie didn't wick down into here, but getting some rocket ships. Still the market is closed, so we will see the market open today. Technically today is going to be like a Monday because yesterday was the holiday, so that could also be some false move stuff going on. If we go to the daily time frame, the 3-day closes in a day's time, so we have a day of shenanigans that could occur in this closing of the 3-day time frame. Let's go ahead and see if you guys have anything. Hey, what's up? Thanks for the update. Agree. Would hope to say the same. Low. Nice 1-hour cloud reclaim. Nice. Yeah, so that's how you watch it reclaim on these lower time frames. You would see it doing this on the 15, bounces up, and then you switch to the higher time frame confirmation, the hourly reclaim here, the adaptive, and it basically is fractal in nature. So watching it cross up the baselines here on the hourly, we saw that on the 3-minute down here in the dirt, and so you can watch it cascade and follow its merry way up the ladder of the time frames if one were so inclined. And yeah, that is about it. So it looks like we are reclaiming the hourly cloud. The hourly still has some juice in the tank to basically push us higher. The 4-hour also potentially coming higher. We have the money flow beneath the RSI here, possibly pushing up into, we did the liquidity sweep. We're coming back to break even as if nothing happened. All the high leverage people got liquidated from their early entries here, and yeah, possibly pushing up on the 6-hour. The money flow disparity also inbound. So my narrative that's been in play for some time now of coming lower to go higher, we could be continuing up into this region. No reason not to at this time. Not really seeing it. If we go to the daily time frame, the daily Hello? All right. So the daily possibly pushing up here beyond that 50 level. And yeah, and the 3-day. Do we have any news today? That is the question. Let's go ahead and take a look at the news. forexfactory.com. Not really, just unemployment rate for Japan. Yeah, yellow folders only. So the Japanese yen needs to stand up to the dollar and tell them like, yo, what are you guys doing debasing our currency, you know, because the yen is pretty weak compared to the dollar, considering they make a lot of the finished products for the West. So the Dixie getting some rocket ships. Do we see some sort of reversal for that? Makes sense at some point that we're reaching the end of this road to the upside for BTC, and that there would be some sort of reclaiming bounce at the 786 here for this impulse retrace continuation idea. So that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. I gotta look for Matic real quick. I was saying that it could pop up. What was my analysis here? We were talking about it coming higher up into these gaps. It did, but it reacted not where we were thinking down below. It was basically a shallow retrace into the 382 and bounced out. So a very bullish reaction for Matic here off of the 382 level. There was a liquidity pool we were talking about here at that 83.60, so they came down and liquidated those characters, and then boom to these gaps up here. Matic could come and reclaim these highs. We basically reclaimed this 12-hour cloud as well here and banged to the upside. As soon as you reclaimed this cloud, it closed some candles above it. That was something to note on this 12-hour time frame too. Could have re-entered multiple times by the way these sell-off wicks are, if you were so inclined. Daily time frame cloud inversion here as we started to close daily candles above the cloud. This was something to look at. And Matic making a nice little move, 10% to the upside. Let's go see this one last time, and then I gotta bid you adieu. Matic. So they came for the shorts, and there are some longs up in here, but let's go ahead and there's no real history on the 1 minute, so we have to go to a higher time frame, looking at Matic on the higher time frame. So they came back into that 88-cent range. There's a lot of sparse liquidity leading us below it. We would have to drop massively to get there. As of this moment in time, hitting the higher highs to go up to that 95-cent region and clear this range of liquidity seems to be the draw right now. After that point, you have a lot of liquidity down at that 74-cent range, but that's a large percentile away. So as of this moment in time, they're just going to draw into these shorts up into that 95-cent range and beyond. They cleared out all of that liquidity in here, so just drawing up into that 95-97 coming into that December 12th 2023 level perhaps. So looking for a possibility of continuation as Bitcoin possibly gets a rise today up into some higher high levels, with the dominance low as well. When the dominance is dropping and you have your Bitcoin When the dominance is dropping and Bitcoin is increasing, you have alt season. So that is why you're seeing these alts bounce. So basically everything on these alts is probably doing amazing, as they show here. So hopefully you're positioned in a good long here and enjoying your gains. So we will bid you adieu and see how it plays out by New York session. I must be going, so my in a nutshell play here is seeing this continue to the upside. We reclaimed the hourly. There's no reason why we can't continue up higher for BTC. If we go to the liquidity, there is that draw to the double-digit pool at 45.5. We're here to see it. Do we put it in and take ourselves higher? We have this resistance level to break first from 43.9 and 44.1. These levels that gave us trouble, these are the first things we need to break through with conviction to head to that zone. The liquidity in this range does suggest we go higher, so we're here to see it. And that is my story, and I'm sticking to it, folks. So thank you for coming on into the live and sharing your essence with me in this eternal moment of which we all share an inextricable and inexorable part. Thank you for doing your part, for coming on in each and every day, and we'll do